1, 2, 3. Just double check as work or not. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so all work. Let's go. Yeah, so today again, just some practice and demo of using perspective grids and just like step-by-step process of drawing kind of city environment. So it might be like for a manga, comic book, or urban sketching, whatever you like, travel sketching. So here I have some reference from Pinterest. Okay, so what I want to also mention this time, it's kind of, let's say like valuable tricks, like what are the qualities which make city sketch interesting and what like exciting, you know, all this juice. So it's basically combination of like something like totally like different nature things. So like for example we have one thing is like 2D shape. So here on this photo, on this reference, we have very great example of a good two-dimensional shape. So this like shape of sky. So just try to learn it. This. Also, I always say at least my approach for like freehand artists who not engineer, who not drawing like for technical kind of drawings. We draw more like aesthetical, maybe like narrative stuff. So I try to capture always some vibe, atmosphere, structure, kind of general feeling more than trying to be precise. Because here even like proportion of a frame I make is different from reference proportion. So here we have this shape, two-dimensional, right? There's no any space here, just two-dimensional shape. And here, how's this airplane also cutting this shape. Then second element, it's a space, it's three-dimensional. So when we combine three-dimensional with two-dimensional, like when we have a good quality two-dimensional shape and good quality three-dimensional shapes, we have very cool drawing. Так. So you see, so I should to consider simultaneously like a two-dimensional shape, and this two-dimensional shape, it's part of three-dimensional objects and 3D space. So there have a kind of fusion here. So we have this perspective grids. So one perspective, like I tell every time, one here, this vanishing point. Then we have this convergence. Так. And other one will be just like this. So here this axis is just horizontal lines. So it's more simple. So again, I keep in mind this two-dimensional part. So here it's now should follow rules of a three-dimensional reality integrated together. So, and this is kind of trick. This is what we perceive as a high quality work when it's a mix fusion of two-dimensional and three-dimensional. It feels like, you know, like this like amazing puzzle, like where like our brain enjoy, like say, wow, like sometimes you're not aware of it, but it's always work this way. And there third, so first 2D, second 3D, and third is it's kind of like information or some, yeah, information. Let's say like here we have windows, building, like we can recognize on this reference. We can recognize this is a building and with windows in the sky and airplane in the sky. So when I have these three things combined, so then it start to be like, you know, like a song. When we have like lyrics, we have music, we have different instruments in the music, so you can like you can enjoy rhythm, you can enjoy melody, you can enjoy like mix of like intertwined of these melodies, and also you listen for lyrics and you like kind of synchronize meaning of lyrics and this kind of um, abstract effect from music. So they start to like, you know, feel like explosion in your brain when all these three elements, all these like different realities, different worlds combined together in one unit, and they're like our brain like experiences catharsis, kind of like uh amazement, you know. It's like it just seems impossible, but here right now I experience this. I experience this uncombinable combination of non-mixable kind of realities. So this is something like I never hear people mention it. Okay, so I don't want to go to many details. So here now I can make some ink. So this like typical pipeline for comic books. When you make pencil with the grids and then finish it with ink. Так. So here I want to make some rhythm with all these windows. And here again, also interesting kind of thing to consider. It's a reason of using pencil. So all this is like we have different kind of stages of work, but also we can say it's like just different kind of process we're work making. So one process with a pencil, it's kind of my thinking on the paper. So it's like I don't want to be this kind of Robocop, you know, who's like making all measurements in in my imagination while looking on a white paper. Instead, I take pencil and I make some marks. I make some measurements. I make some calculations. I try different versions of composition. So when you kind of follow this approach, avoiding pencil, it's it's more about you push yourself to avoid like essential part of work. So it's not like you choosing like best way. No, it's totally not about this. It's just you're avoiding one kind of work, which is like pencil thinking, let's say, and jumping right to drawing, like finishing work with a final like medium to make this final work right away. So when you do this, it's always will happen this kind of drawbacks like from missing this step. So for some cases it's not necessary. For some cases you want it to be like loosey goosey sketch. You want it to be just kind of no a very raw, very like out of proportion, very flowy and not precise. It's like kind of urban sketch when you're just want to make something like fresh and loose. But when you work with something precise, maybe you have some precise idea which should be developed on a paper, or when you draw some sophisticated construction, like some sophisticated architecture. Without pencil, you will always lose a lot. And it's just from my experience, like, yeah, I did a lot of sketch without pencil. It feels like it's more effort, require a lot, much more effort. You need to like really like concentrate, like very nervous. But also like no matter how much you practice and how much you concentrate, you will always lost something just because you don't make like couple of marks with a pencil. It just help you to fix this problem with losing very essential tiny details when you want to be like really like composition to be adjust. So sometimes it's just like move line like millimeter left or millimeter right. So I will like make something like this. I will like you see like I will draw these lines. Not because I'm not confident in drawing this line, so I need to draw a pencil. No, because I want to see how they look, kind of rehearsal. And I see, okay, I prefer maybe move it more like this. So some tiny differences. But they're like really essential when we creating a mood for your picture. Because this kind of like tiny let's say like some small odd thing detail here, one more small wrong detail. It was like out of a place, out of the vibe, out of the like my idea feeling, right? And then I have like 20 of this kind of small uh, desynchronization kind of in my drawing, and then in the end I feel like I lost a lot in my message. I lost a lot in my drawing. So for this reason, it's important to make some pencil composition notes kind of on the paper. It's about quality of a message of this image you're building. So just like that. Sometimes like I have like sketchbook and I go sometimes to draw some totally random stuff like people in metro or just some elements of daily life, and I don't need to think about anything. I can draw everything raw, and I don't have any message to deliver. I just want to soothe my nerves or like practice like my muscle memory to draw different things, build some this like confidence when I draw in some kind of objects. So instead of like keep some like fashion trend when people is just fears like about drawing fast, drawing without pencil, better to have like more purposeful approach. It's like what is my purpose, what is my goal, so what kind of approach I will use to reach my goal, this kind of stuff. A drawing environment is like composing music or writing poetry. It's really best when you make this a very fine kind of nuances. You like really deliberately kind of choose. If have any question or comments, write in the chat. Here kind of practice to talk and draw simultaneously. Так. Here, cast shadow. So here also I can see when shadow follow perspective grid, and when shadow will have angle from like light direction. So for example, like here it's got to this grid vanishing point. Here it's following also this direction of perspective grid, but here it's this angle from this kind of light in direction here. And again we have two-dimensional shape of shadow. So it's like, again, it's part of 3D reality, and same time it should look like interesting as two-dimensional abstract shape. Make them gray for sky. Some gray for windows. Not necessary, but just to show here this white airplane on a gray sky. Wow, it's not dry yet, so I need to wait it's dry. And wait when it's dry, we'll draw white So here, one more picture. This one, very cool. It's in Taiwan metro station. Так. So here we have again like shapes, two-dimensional. It's very interesting. Something like this. Where's this stair? Like this. So, and again, I remind this be today stream subject team. So I draw before a lot of like a live sketch and avoid like perspective grids, and I just eyeball in perspective. And I seen a lot of artists who like say he hate perspective and just draw in a line sketch without follow like rules of perspective. It's just like trying hard as much as possible to make it look realistic while is not structure beneath the sketch. And it definitely always looks much I don't know, less quality work than drawing when you put really like solid environment structure, solid like volume, like 3D environment structure. So like I might just, you see like this, I already like get some shape of things, right? So I might just keep drawing details over this shape, and this looks pretty close. And especially when more experience you have, you will have this skill ability to make it similar, but they will always lost this strong subconscious feeling of a volume, of a like depth, you know, and like if here like without perspective grid, it's impossible to draw this like feeling like you're moving down, like it's some kind of uh tunnel underground and you're like on the stairs, you're walking down inside there. So without perspective grid, without structure, almost 100% guarantee you will lost this feeling. It will look some kind of similar. People will like, okay, I think I know he's drawing like this stairs going underground, but it will not feeling. It will not have this like subconsciousness, this like abstract feeling in the guts, like it's real space. So I need to build three-dimensional space together with two-dimensional sketch. So here I make now like establishing vertical lines, like for usually call y-axis. So now with this left and right, I establish like curvature, and now I just add intermediate lines. I have a tutorial on this channel where I explain all this, how it works. So now I have perspective grid for y-axis. Then here we have this like moving out. So now I see for this axis, the z-axis, actually it's a vanishing point here. You can see mouse, I'll show you. So you see this line going up, this line going down, right? So it means they will somewhere intersect. And if we look at this kind of here on the ground, right, we can also see it's the same z-axis. So this and this and this. So vanishing point for this z-axis will be somewhere here. So I just need to see it. It's not necessary, it should be like exactly same proportion in my drawing, but I know it's somewhere here, right? So if I will follow same curvature, same angle here, and I want to make this kind of angle here, right? So I kind of adjusting. I say, yeah, okay, something like this. So let this vanishing point be here. And then when I have vanishing point, I just draw a bunch of straight lines going through this vanishing point. So very easy. And then I have x-axis. X-axis is represent this kind of lines, like perpendicular to a line of sight here. So I'll show you here. So is this it's the x-axis here, and we can see it have angle. So in my drawing, it's like I use reference just for suggestion, like what kind of angle, right? So again, don't try to copy exact angle from reference. More important is just to see it as suggestion, and then make proper relationship inside your drawing with these angles and all stuff. So here also interesting moment. We have this vanishing point, right? So this vanishing point here, it's represent my line of sight. It's kind of my eye level. So this vanishing point is on my eye level. What also is known about eye level is same as a horizon line. So we cannot see, but somewhere there is ocean, and we see this horizon line where ocean and sky will be separated from each other. And when I have horizon line, okay, it means all kind of all all axes or lines that parallel to ground, they will be follow same same horizon line. As I explained for beginners also in my previous tutorial, check out. So it's like very clear, explained very fast. So if I have vanishing point here already and I know horizon line, so this z or x axis will follow same horizon line. What does it mean? It means horizon line is totally horizontal. This will have this diminishing, right? So then we have with this line here, I establish level of diminishing kind of. I show which extent of curvature here, because it might be like this or it might be like this, but I choose it to be like this. And now when I have horizon and this angle, I just fill it with in-betweens. It's my secret technique. Nobody teaches this. So, and it's also a rule with this kind of perspective grids is that like this angle, this line angle, closer it goes to horizon line, more smaller angle it will be. So here, if I will make more and more subdivisions, right, you will see it's like looks already almost horizontal. Same what we see here. We see here with this one, you see, it looks like almost horizontal, but it has some slight angle. Here it's more clear. Here is already like almost touch horizontal. Yeah, because we have this vanishing point and horizon line here, right? So this like all like complete horizontal line here. Так. So knowing this, I know that this line here will be have like very slight curvature. Oh, angle, very slight angle, like just little. So it starts here horizontal, and there it start to go like opposite direction. Slowly, angle became more and more strong angle. Так. So now I have whole perspective grid. I can use this eraser to make it lighter, just to avoid have a dirty kind of pencil all over the place. Так, come back to airplane. So just add some. Nah, doesn't work. Very crude airplane. Wow. Anyway, it's kind of idea here. It's more like a spaceship. Так, okay, so back to metro. So we can also see very interesting how this lady walking down and she follow y-axis. Так. So she has this perspective angle, like little leaning towards left. Так. Okay. So when I have perspective grid, I just want to make sure some important elements placed correctly. Also because it's stairs. Okay, stairs. It's another thing. So vanishing point here on the horizon line give us lines parallel to the ground. So for this like platform on the ground for stairs. But when we have like stairs going down, it will have another vanishing point. It's called vanishing trace. So of following this vertical line down from vanishing point here. So again, I can kind of establish it just by myself without any mathematic equations here. And also this thing on a like tilted roof here, tilted ceiling here, it's also follow same vanishing point as stairs. You can see, you see it's going here, going here. Okay, so vanishing point is here. Or actually it's like on the edge. Yeah, vanishing point will be on the edge of this platform. So, and we can see how this follows same vanishing point. Also this one. This is like escalator here. Also follow same vanishing point. It's important here, important new detail, as I say, that this vanishing point, it's on the same vertical line with this vanishing point for these lines. So it's just important to remember. It's called vanishing trace. So it means it's showing vanishing trace, show direction of a tilted surface of these lines, which is not parallel to ground. Can be out, they can move up, or in our case they move down, so it's below horizon line, below vanishing point, which is on the horizon line. So if I want to repeat same kind of thing, so again, you see what I do, I try to everything, make sure everything adjust with my two-dimensional sketch. So while following structure of a three-dimensional stuff, I keep in mind my two-dimensional stuff here. Так. So I want to make all tiny things clean. Like, so let's say it's here. So if it's here, I have this here. Whoops. Так. It should be something like this. Like that. So then also here, interesting thing. Look for arcs. Arcs in perspective really of when you draw city or whatever. Here you see this kind of arc. So in our case, this like when we have this element, we can project it on the ground. So we will have some picture of a relationship in a space, like to make sure how the stairs aligned with the ceiling in the wall. So it's just you make this kind of so you look as a arc. See what I mean? So it's not visible kind of, but you always you can make this arc check. You can like from here you make this line here, you see like, oh, okay, somewhere here on this part of ceiling I can see will be line go down for this platform for a stair. Same here, it's like end of ceiling, it will be here is like end of a stair here, and then here is going this line. So it's so many nuances, and more you practice, more your brain like easy deal with all these small nuances. at first it's hard just to keep in mind vanishing points and not to be lost in the lines. It's like, oh my god, so many lines. After you don't worry at all. It's just, I don't care how many lines. For me, it's important to see on my drawing where is what. When I see it for myself, lines don't bother me at all. Так. So here I make this kind of arc, right? Like I say. So it will be will stand. So I can change. It's my drawing, but at least I have some sense of space. Так. Let's see. Так. So you see, I hear what I do. I try to decide and deciding where will be platform on my drawing. And then I use this vanishing trace to make this extend. Establish my stair. Так. Yeah, kind of this. So here it's like very subtle moment, but again, I just know where this axis and where is this axis, right? So flat surface here follows this line. Then when it's going down from this, it will follow here. Then again from here, it follows this, and like that. Так. If I want to adjust this gate here, make like that. So and now again I'm back to some details. So here it will be a railing. Railing also has this kind of arc principle. Yes, you can just project this point to here. It's like from Scott Robertson book, How to Draw. He explained very well there about projecting lines, points. So it's like, for example, I draw this here, then I from this bottom I draw a line here, and on a cross section we have point. Then I move it here, From this point, I follow perspective grid, and I have this, and then double check. Oh, it's wrong. Okay, yes, yes. Some effect of freehand drawing you can miss. This will be not absolutely precise. Again, it's my price for not using ruler. Так. Так. Wait here. So draw all this. It's when you have perspective grid, it became like a funny game, like a connecting dots. This children game. And this is like back to this idea about reason of using pencil. Same kind of thing. Pencil just give you opportunity to more enjoy process in and develop some details on more advanced level than when you work without pencil. Like when you see artists drawing without pencil some complex picture, in a 90% of cases it means he draws this before. So when you draw something similar before, after you can draw it without any like this composition stage, without processing all these small things. You just kind of repeat it with some adjustment for a specific of this particular sketch. So you know, like you draw stairs, then it can be like different stairs in different situation. But when you draw it before, it's something you already draw. So that's why like master artists, they often just draw everything possible to draw. And draw like not once. Draw is like couple 100 times already. So because there is limited amount of angles of objects and categories. When you draw like every day and after 30-40 year, you practically draw everything. I mean, I exaggerated, of course, but everybody have their like genre or field, professional field. So if you draw comic books, okay, then there is like more narrow like more specific kind of objects and views you can draw. So it's like in total for every art altogether, yeah, it's so many variations of everything. But for each artist, they have some specific field. And after many years of working in this field, they in situation when they draw everything, so they like they can only work with nuances. So it's like people. First stage, you learn how to draw people in general, so your drawing will look like a human being. And then you get to stage where you can draw somebody look like somebody, right? You can draw portrait, which is not only a human being, but it's also like some individual. It's looks like somebody specific. So in the next stage, more you draw portraits, you start to see so much subtle nuances. So you start to like show emotions, you start to show what people feel when you draw their face. You start to show not only particular person, you start to show his emotions and his inner world kind of inside their head, inside their soul, whatever. So it's like stages. Oh, cool. Hello, William. Yeah, I was experimenting with DALL-E in ChatGPT. Uh, it's kind of, it's fun, but I still, I mean, I just cannot find how to use it in the practical cases. Uh, so maybe a little slow here, but it seems as like it's really maybe helpful for um, generating ideas, because you can write something like, oh, I want a character for my comic book, and you write some characteristic, like what kind of character it must be, and AI will generate, like almost immediately he will generate for you like some versions of finished look, even with the style, with the colors, whatever. You can generate like hundreds of this stuff, and just to clarify more for yourself like what exactly you want. But mm, when when you are artist and to use AI for like some part of work, like I don't know, let's say like to generate something you will directly apply in your work, it doesn't seem reasonable for me, because whole idea is to process it through you. So if you generate images in AI, then it should be your story. Then you're like storyteller and less artist in this case. Um, interesting. I made a mistake here. Oh, okay. So I still doesn't find how to apply it. It's just having fun and like being like amazed by AI. It's like, oh my god, it's so scary what they can do. But then it's like, okay, I don't know what to do with all these images. No, yeah, I mean, it's just too much time consuming. Like, I read a lot of books how to write a story, and when I was kind of try to story with ChatGPT, you can see his a understanding of story structure is too primitive. It's really like too basic. So you can see, like for example, when you ask him to generate some drama, he always make it so primitive. Like most important, like I don't know how to say this, like change, like when a storage must to change, when this transition happen, like you make it most ridiculous way. But when you start to talk with him about a particular author, like exact author who's teach like writing theory, then he start to apply this story writing theory for his outputs. But still, it's too annoying. I mean, at least at this stage, it feels like more like toy than actual tool. But it can show you what it will be soon. Yeah, I believe soon it will able to draw and tell story. So you just write what kind of story you want to watch. It will make for you whole Netflix channel with all with 10 versions of movie for such story. It's crazy. So you make image in AI, and after you paint it with oil. Так. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I want to make some graphic novels. So working now on a story. Okay, here maybe I'm making too many details. Okay, something like this. Так, yeah. Actually, whole reason why I love this view is this thing on the ground. This picture definitely must be bigger size, so maybe I will draw it again next time, like A3 or 2 size, so it will be more clear details. Так. But anyway, I hope this kind of useful tutorial here, just to show these stages of building picture of complex perspective, and explain idea of combining 2 dimensions with 3 dimension and information. So again, we combine together 2D shapes, we combine 2D shapes with a space, with a 3-dimensional structure and information, so we can recognize it's something. It's a railings, it's stairs, it's a ceiling. When we have all these things together, properly built, properly established, and intertwined like a solid a unit, then it feels great. Thank you. Yeah, I've been also study oil paint. But eventually I just love this kind of line art. No, I mean, you can see if you know Akira manga. So I've been just kind of struck with Akira, like many other artists. It's like very, very cool. Design, architecture, kind of environment design. Yeah, for me, it's like music and poetry. It's really can be like mind blowing without exaggeration. It's just when I draw, usually myself, it's like spiritual practice, kind of like going to church. I just so happy and let's go transfixed. Maybe is the right word. Like also Möbius. Yeah, for me it's Katsuhiro Otomo and Möbius. It's kind of artist. Is like most influential for me. Möbius, he has this kind of culture of line art, very high quality. You know, he's master of medium kind of. And Atomo, he is like this Japanese artist who draw architecture in like urban environment. They draw it insane, so insane it looks like surreal dream. Katsuhiro Atomo and Tsutomu Nihii. It's insane how they draw it. Так, something else. Quickly to draw. So here we can see vertical, it's tilted. But parallel, so this tilted parallel lines. Then it's kind of complicated here because stairs is rotated. So steps are not following vanishing point. They're moving around. So I see just like how many, I want to see like what kind of a 3D structure here, so I can make some 3D grid. Da, 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 da. Okay, so I can find horizon line, I guess. Yeah, here we can see horizon line. Horizon line is somewhere here. So this will be eye level of cameraman. So horizon line. So when we have this parallel vertical lines, horizon line will be perpendicular. And here, especially in this situation, it's so unclear and complex with all this curvature. So this kind of case when no reason to try to make it exactly same. So it's like you always will sacrifice structure or like similarity. So here I choose now more for structure just for exercise of perspective. And maybe I will lost some similarity. It will be like some different proportion or different angle. Так, so horizon line, vertical, and why I need this horizon line here? This kind of thing with the curvilinear perspective. Watch my tutorial about curvilinear perspective. When we have curvilinear grid, it's kind of same. Let's say I have horizon line, right? I have vanishing point below, above, right? If I draw a box, it will be bottom of the box here and top of the box here. Same here. I draw a box. I will see top of the box. It's like a glass cube or glass box. So I see bottom, right? And you can see how closer to horizon this surface is more narrow. Far from horizon, surface will be more open. It's like when you have like this show you, like we have this thing, right? So I move down, like I will use camera. Where's camera? Which camera? So it will be more open like this or more open like this. So if I draw ellipse inside, okay, an ellipse here, right? Same. So same thing happened with ellipse, with a circle. So more this circle closer to vanishing point, to horizon line, more like sharp it will be. So like this, right? So horizon line is just flat, more far it will be open more and more and more. Same with going above. Again, it's just eyeballing. There is certain rules how to calculate this extent of stuff, but it's just explanation. So if like I have this kind of cup, right? So upper part of cup mug will be more narrow, below part will be more open, will be more thick. And here some coffee. So when we're doing curvilinear perspective grid, it's like this circles. So так, let's say I have like this. So closer. Okay. It's just it's more talking if talking about 5-point perspective or wide angle. Let's say not even 5. It's like more like 360. So we have like 3 circles. Like this. So here's this kind of vanishing point. So you can see it's like a center of a circle. It's a flat. So then in between it will like towards line, to vanishing point, it will be more and more narrow. Same here. With this half sphere. Same closer to line, it's more flat. And same like here and like inverted, right? So same here. This like will be more narrow, close to line here. So if we have horizon line here, and we have this curvature, we can kind of it's even visible here. Now I recognize. Here we can see this line. You see how it became flat? It's like, and then it's appear more and more curve. So I make this curvature here, and then I start to make in between. Watch my tutorial again. See everything there. So closer to horizon line, more flat curvature, then more far from horizon line, more exaggerated curvature. Oh, cool. Hello to Ukraine. Так. So, and here is no reason to make below, but just for example. Так. Then we have this kind of situation here. It's a side of cylinder. So it's this kind of situation. So we have this kind of curve shape here. In our case, the cylinder is all below, so it's ended about here, and then it goes this very strong curvature. So if I will see it's some kind of ellipse behind, so it's like if we look transparent, ellipse is there. It's like this line is behind here. Here in front, now what we have, if I make horizon line, так. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, it's like so complex here. It's not only like 5 point. It's just about understanding all these principles, because it's also it can go everywhere. It's crazy. So you see, we can keep like adding spheres. So it's so many stuff. It's like this fractal thing. So do not lose your mind in all these theories and perspective. I always come back to practical cases. So I take some picture like now and break it down for perspective to see how it works and what kind of principle applied here. And also, often artists, they use more simple principles and just will rely on their skill of drawing like similarity. Yeah. So it's more like about your own decision on which level you will stop. There's, I forgot name, but there's artist, I follow him on Facebook. He make very complex drawings of It's like golden cut structures. They're like a butterfly and fly, all this trajectories. Like, it's so crazy complex there. He like really built so detailed and so fine the stuff. It must be very see this. Yeah, so here I have like horizon line and cylinder, right? So here cut of cylinder will be just flat line. Above it will be like that. Below will be like that, right? So if it's transparent cylinder, like a glass cylinder, we will see through ellipses. And again, so here in between ellipse will be more narrow, like maybe half kind of from this, right? And then more narrow, stuff like that. So here we have our camera. It's kind of like this. So this is our picture here, and the ellipse is more exaggerated here, something like that. So it's really interesting just to see from where comes these curvatures. So it's every curvature, well, if it's I don't know how to say, like, okay, like if we know is like cylindrical uh or like correct circular structure, then we should to like complete this circle in our mind, so we will see like how they, from where they come. So here will be this curve lines. Так. So let's see. Here, well, this is like a wall. So we have this like round wall here, and I can draw stair, side of the stair on this wall. So it will be something. Something like this. So this is side. So this side here. Так. So then I don't know where is vanishing point. Oh, I mean it's somewhere there. And I don't know, can we call it vanishing point when it's all curved like that? But important, we have grid for lines, so I use these lines to establish railing. Так, so here railing. Cross this. Так. Maybe I should. Okay, anyway, something like that. Da-da-da. Move lower. I want to move it. Так, so then again horizon line. So this angle No, it's here's hard to see what happened with the stairs. Well, I'll pull and I put these two persons here. This person here. Yeah, this one very complicated view. Let's see what happened with that. I actually don't listen music. Yeah, it's funny why I why I have headphones. Forget to take them off. Interesting photo. So many curvatures. It's in vertical. Okay, maybe this. Так. So I will recompose everything just for my purpose. So I want this road, I want this roof exit. So point. Okay, so here will be vanishing point for y axis. So again, I remind idea this y axis vertical, z-axis, it's for depths, like going far and close, and x-axis is like left and right. So when we have so-called two vanishing point perspective, it's when z and x, they're both about depth. They're both going like close and far, but in different directions. Most important, they have always like 90-degree between them, and y is vertical. Y is 90-degree to both of them, is 90-degree to z and 90-degree to x. It's kind of corner in a box. So now I establish y-axis, just draw some lines through vanishing point. Then this will be like z-axis, so road and buildings, and then this one will be x-axis. So then I will do some some sketch of environment. So we have here also, again, you can see like example of adjusting like objects 2D and 3D. What is most important is like always when you make your own 3D situation, you are like, you put more into it than if you will just imitate. When you just try to like draw similarity from reference without building your three-dimensional structure, most of cases, almost always, your drawing will be like mere attempt to copy, you know, or plagiarism. But when you make this through your three-dimensional structure, then even when you copy somebody else's work, but it have your own composition now, you know, so now it's like something with your personal kind of interpretation into it. Of course, still it's like will be a copy from reference from other artists, and then we can discuss like extent of similarity, kind of do steal idea and everything from it. But you can see like how other artists like copy some famous work, but because there's so many their own structure work beneath it, so it starts to look like completely different work. Because there's your thought process contributed. Okay, here's no need to many pencil. It's pretty basic here. So we'll do sometimes the streams. I also plan to prepare some special topics, like some material to make more developed kind of tutorial. So I have like different themes, like how to draw vehicles, this kind of stuff. I need more time to work on them, but when I will be ready, I will also stream, make stream with this stuff. Also, you can follow me on Instagram, see my stuff there. It's like I post there almost every day. Так, oh, cool, there I have the stairs inside. Mm. Let's put in some box here. Some dude on the roof, sit on a box. Here's another roof. Some chimney. Yeah. Yeah, also I have books on Amazon with my art. So I can check it out. Prism Studio I use now is like OBS. Usually I use OBS. Now it's my first time I tried Prism. So we'll see how it works. It's my first try. I don't know what is kick. Nice. Yeah, it seems like Prism really cool app. Okay, like here I make very lazy windows. Really, I don't like this kind of windows. They're too boring. To draw this kind of windows needs to listen book. When I draw some very cool stuff, I will listen music. When I draw boring stuff, I will listen books. Otherwise, it's too exhausting. Overwhelming boredom. Look at this Windows. Так. Some people on the ground. So I really recommend for somebody beginner watch, check my tutorial on about perspective on this YouTube. I like very simple language and very fast explain a lot of theory. Because like I personally I love to study and drawing is my main thing, so I love to study drawing in particular. So and when I study I always reflect, I always think backwards, like um, if I will teach myself from past, how I will explain it to myself. So to to make me save time, you know, because it's so many like tutorials, books, teachers, and what I find from my experience, it always somebody, like everybody give you some how say, like, only piece of information, and you have to have a full picture. You need to connect all these pieces, gather from different sources, and then like on my tutorials, I try to do this in one set. So I try to put all stuff I learn, put it together and explain it easier as possible. So I have this couple tutorials. So main limit is my language capabilities. In general, like English level. But there in my tutorial, as you can see, it's really like save a lot of time. It's really explains so many stuff in one video. Yeah, cool. Thank you. Thank you for feedback. Appreciate. Okay, yeah, so I think like today we'll finish on this. So I'm glad if somebody learned something from this. Thank you for William. Nice to meet you, Kretosonator. Yeah, Slava Ukraini. So see you in next tutorials, next streams. Yeah.